Hi, everyone. Welcome to today's Lean Publishing Tip of the Day, where we're going to be talking about keeping discounts in mind when you're setting your book's prices. As usual, we'll start with a little bit of housekeeping. You can find these videos recorded on our YouTube channel at Leanpub under a Lean Publishing Tip of the Day playlist. We've got a couple of dozen of these now, and it's just going to be growing. So if you like taking some time out of your day, maybe your lunch hour or something like that, to hear about some self-publishing tips on book marketing, how to use our Leanpub platform, things like that, how to get inspiration for writing. You just sort of watch some of these videos. There's also, as always, an accompanying blog post for each of these videos that you can find on our blog at leanpub.com/blog. If you don't find the article that I'm screen sharing here on the blog page, you can just click the little magnifying glass and you can search for the keywords that you'll see in the blog post that I'm screen sharing here and find the article. One of the reasons to find the articles is you might prefer reading to listening to me, but you'll also, of course, get links to helpful articles and things that are talked about in the video. If you're also interested in learning about these tips of the day, you can get them in your inbox by signing up for the Lean Publishing Daily newsletter. The newsletter is primarily focused on sort of giving people daily discounts on Leanpub ebooks and new releases and things like that, so you can learn about cool new books and authors from all around the world. But you can also scroll down and you can get these tips of the day. So we highly recommend that you sign up for that, and you can do that in the link that you see near the button you see near the top of this blog post. And that's at the top of every one of these Lean Publishing Tip of the Day blog posts. Or you can go to our homepage at leanpub.com and you can find a little banner near the top where you can sign up for the Lean Publishing Daily newsletter. So let's get to it. Today we're talking about keeping discounts in mind. As I've talked about before, when you set your price for your book on Leanpub that you're self-publishing, you set two prices, a minimum price and a suggested price. When people go to the landing page for your book, they'll see the suggested price. And let's just go to the homepage and take a look at a couple of books right now. So here's the latest featured book. This is a novel. So you can see it's been priced at a minimum price of $7.99 and a suggested price of $9.99. The pricing slider that people can grab is set by default to the suggested price. We show what the person will be paying. We show what the author will be earning, and then people can move the slider around as low as the minimum price that you set, and then they can move it up here. This is what this maximum is just sort of like, so the slider works nice and looks nice, but people can enter higher amounts here if they want to. When people buy your book, they can also buy multiple copies of your book that they can distribute by email to their team members or their friends or their family and things like that. So there's a lot to keep in mind when you're pricing your book. But one of the most important things to keep in mind is, there are two things. One is that you can create coupons for your book. We talk about this in this article, and there's also a Lean Publishing Tip of the Day where we talk about creating discount coupons. Discount coupons are one of the best ways to reach new readers and market your book and build your audience and make more money from your book self-publishing project. People love discounts. They love discount links. You can make as many as you want on Leanpub. You can set a kind of maximum use limit. You can set, a kind of time, like a sort of like end date for them and things like that. So you can say, hey, for the next 24 hours, get 50% off the minimum price of my book. That's a very cool thing. The other thing around discounts that's important to keep in mind is that Leanpub does this. We do this for you ourselves. If you opt your book, bundle, or course into our discount sales, then it's on the list of products that can be potentially discounted, and these will be shown in our Lean Publishing Daily newsletter, our weekly newsletter, and our monthly newsletter. This is basically one of the most important things you can do to let us help people, discover and buy your book. We just create the discount coupons. They're then included in the newsletters, but they're also posted currently on X and Mastodon, so people can discover it there. And you can, of course, create your own, as I was just talking about. If you go to your book's overview page, if you're a Leanpub author, you'll be familiar with this page. If you've created a book on Leanpub, you'll be familiar with this page. It's the kind of everything page for your book where you find all the kind of admin stuff you can do, all the kind of book details, things. It's very cool. I'd recommend getting accustomed to this page. But in addition to the coupons page here, there's also the pricing page. And if you go to the pricing page, this will by default be set to 0, this maximum Leanpub discount percentage. We recommend you set this to like 50. If you set it to 50, that means we can create discount coupons that are as low as 50% of your minimum price. So this is the key thing here. One way to look at it is, what would be the lowest acceptable price you would want your book to be sold for? That price, according to the model that I'm presenting here, would be 50% of your book's minimum price. So for example, if you want the lowest price for that your book will be sold at for a discount to be like $9.99, you would want to set your book's minimum price to be like $19.99. Now you can set it lower, you can set it higher, but that kind of like thinking about what's the lowest I would want anyone to see my book available for, or that would be the starting point. So basically, go to the pricing page, set your minimum price to what you want that to be. Let's say in this case, $19.99 for the book minimum price. Then I know that if I set the maximum Leanpub discount percentage to 50, and of course scroll down and click the update pricing button, then Leanpub's kind of the discount marketing that we do, if your book is ever included in one of the sort of promotions, will be 50% off the minimum price. So it'll be about $9.99. Like I said, setting the kind of price, the normal sort of suggested and minimum prices in a way that kind of will encourage people to buy it at a discount is a very important thing to think about when you're thinking about your book pricing. Often, most of us are accustomed to thinking of like, oh, there's only one price for my product. That's not true on Leanpub because we have a variable pricing model. There's going to be two at least. It's going to be the suggested price that you set and the minimum price that you set. But then there's going to be any kind of arbitrary number of prices that you create discount coupons for, or that we create discount coupons for. So you'll want to keep that in mind. There's like all kinds of blog posts and information you can find about, book marketing strategies and things like that out there. They're cool. They're interesting. If you're sort of curious about that kind of stuff, if you're pricing nerds like we are at Leanpub, you can find all kinds of interesting kind of thinkers out there about pricing and marketing. But the number one thing to keep in mind is, from our perspective, and based on the way we see people using our platform, is keeping in mind what the discounts are going to be. How are you going to do discount promotions for your book? So that's not a very long video today, but we've done a bunch of other videos and blog posts around pricing and how to create coupons and how to opt into the discount newsletters and things like that. So you can find all this information on our YouTube channel in the Lean Publishing Tip of the Day playlist. You can find it on our blog at leanpub.com/blog, and you can also find it on our Author Help Center. You can find over 1,000 articles there that you can search for whatever you're thinking about at the moment. Just Google Leanpub Author Help Center and you'll find it pretty quickly. If you like these Lean Publishing Tips of the Day, if you like learning about new releases, if you like learning about bestsellers, if you like watching book launch videos with authors writing about whatever they write about from all around the world, if you like podcast episodes where we go in depth and have feature length interviews with authors talking about their lives and careers, what they've written about, and then how they write their books, check out the Leanpub podcast on YouTube. And as always, and as everybody does, please like and subscribe. So thanks very much, everyone.